And then finally, you know, the success of the project is really going to depend on you and kind of what we do with the project. And, you know, last but not least, you know, we're going to do all this together, and we're going to teach our local community, the region, and hopefully the nation, you know, on how we do the switch. So that's kind of the summary of kind of where we're at right now. Wow, we got some great guests. Thank you.
I met a guy a while back in Washington, D.C. who did in his life very similar to what you're doing. He was a guy that got involved in some efforts to try to improve his community on the street, where the rubber meets the road, not just in some academic.
And he did okay with himself. So on a personal level, it's inspiring to me to see sort of following that same course that he took. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's here got to be President of the United States. You can be successful even without doing that. But that's the personal reason I'm excited to be here. The national reason is that I wrote a book a while ago, about a year ago, and it was about the prospects of the nation totally changing its energy infrastructure, learning to use energy efficiently, not wasting energy, not letting dollars go right up our smokestacks and down through our drain pipes and out our energy inefficient lighting systems, but in fact adopting an energy efficient industry and residential base for the country. And in that book, I wrote that we were going to develop a whole organizations and whole new industries around the idea of bringing energy efficiency to America. And the reason I believed that was going to happen is because we waste so much money. It's just like watching dollars flow out of those inefficient water flow heads. It's like watching dollars going right out of our light bulbs that are wasted, that are creating heat rather than light. We don't want heat out of our light bulbs, we want light, right? So I sort of predicted that there would be these organizations that would come to fruition and whole industries that would be built around bringing energy efficiency to our homes and businesses. And the fact that you are here today with this new nascent organization shows that what I predicted is actually coming to pass. So I want to thank you big time for making me not look stupid. Which takes a lot. It takes a lot not to make me look not stupid. So this is really an achievement.
To tell you why this is even more important, we want to use this effort on a national basis. 2 weeks ago, we passed a bill that I'd introduced to create a national energy corps. We passed a bill called the GIVE Act, which would establish a new source of funding to bring in principally young people to have an experience like AmeriCorps, but an extension of AmeriCorps, to do energy efficiency work. And we passed this bill called the Energy Corps. So we're going to create a national pool of money that will help these efforts in energy efficiency. And we would like to use your experience as sort of a template to make a national program. So what you're doing here could create the model for what we could do nationally. So hopefully you're going to have a great personal experience. Hopefully the people you serve in their houses are going to have more energy efficient houses. But third, hopefully we can have a national, the whole country following what you're doing here. So you are following in Barack Obama's footsteps.
I've been told that 40% of the time when people in this program go out and knock on the door and ask if they can help somebody in the house, 40% of the time they'll let you in to try to fix up their house a little bit. That's incredible. It's a huge pool of money. We want to know how to get to it. But as you know, this has been created in days. So all of us are going to have a little bit of patience. What I'm going to do to try to help, I'm actually hiring somebody in my office who will be exclusively directed to work with your agency and the city and all the other groups now to try to get access to that stimulus money. And when he or she gets hired, which should happen in the next few days, I'm going to ask them to contact you directly and talk about you specifically how to do it. We want to make sure we vector you in, make sure to do that. Another thing we're doing is that Ron Sims and I have tried to start an organization sort of Puget Sound wide so that groups work together and try to create a brand for our applications that go back to Washington, D.C. that are branded with sort of the Puget Sound model, this new energy model, so they know we're working together. So it's another thing we're doing to try to increase our sort of power of our applications. So we'll make sure that he makes the first call to you and Roberto. Yeah.
How you doing? All right. Thank you for coming. My name is Rob Arthur. One of the questions I have is out alongside of what we're already doing, you know, to help the environment and to help you along the way with your endeavors. Is there anything else that we could personally do to, you know, ease the load, you know, for you a little bit more, to support you even more?
Yeah, well, I really appreciate your ideas. You know, I need to know what you're learning is working in this program. I need to know what you see working or what's not working. I just need to know your ideas, and I'm going to leave some of my cards here, and I hope that you'll shoot me an email or give me a call anytime you get an idea or an observation. And that's, these industries cannot grow, the industries that you're getting involved in, the energy efficiency industry, cannot grow unless policymakers create the demand for these services. So being engaged in politics and making sure the right people get elected who believe in these views, frankly, that's very important. And that's a nonpartisan statement. I'm not urging you to support any particular candidate, but finding out who will advance the ideas that you think are helpful is very important in this. I guess that's the second.
There you go.